headlines waiting for us in the morning. In a city where everybody's passing through, we have found something worth staying for. This club isn't built on fame. It's built on the late train ride home, sharing water bottles, and showing up for each other. This is more than a team. It's community, it's belonging, it's New York. Because in the biggest city in the world, you're never alone when you're a Ranger.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome into Central Park Rangers Red Army Soccer as they prepare to take on the Washington, D.C. FC team. Their second time in the matchup in the tournament, and this time with much higher stakes. This is the final of the Philadelphia Beer City Cup. I'm joined by Matt Leboff. I'm Derek Bullier on the broadcast this afternoon, and this is a massive game between these two teams, of course. I mean, they faced off in round one of the Beer City Cup, but after a perfect sweep, 3-for-3 for the Red Army and 2 wins out of their 3 games, of course, their 1 loss for Washington, D.C. coming against the same Red Army. These teams, if you got to face off again in the final for a chance, not only at a trophy, but $5,000 in prize money as well. So a really big match for these two teams, and we're seeing if maybe their previous matchup has helped them learn how the other plays. And as the tournament's gone on, we've also seen, some more offense come out of these two teams. We saw yesterday afternoon Washington, D.C. FC, they beat the Lady Bandits 5-1. We just saw the Red Army play the Lady Bandits, where that one ended 8-1 after a 6-goal second half, including an Erica Shack hat trick. So the Red Army are coming in really with a lot of the momentum in this match, and I mean, they've got a lot behind them this afternoon.
Yeah, well, they've been scoring the goals as of late, as we talked about a big 8-1 win, I believe, earlier today. And on top of that, unbeaten in all of their group games. Their closest game was against Washington. I want to say it was a 2-1 game. So we could be in for a really close one here.
That 2-1 match against Washington, you're right, Matt. I think a lot of that might have to do with the level of competition, but I also think it might have to do with just the format was much different than a lot of these players are used to. Of course, these matches only 50 minutes, 25-minute halves, and the fields are also smaller, so it took a little bit for these teams to get used to, and I think that's why we saw some more offense as we're getting ready for the kick. But starting for the Red Army, Gabby Solabrassi in goal, Maya Romeo and Samara Costa, your center backs. Center mid, Carolyn Langer. Left wing, Kawina Guadalupe. Right wing, Dina Molich. Attacking mid, Asha James, who has 4 goals on the tournament in her 4th game now. And then your striker is Toddy Austin.
Yeah, I mean, we've been mentioning Asha James all tournament, just been so dangerous, especially in these short fields, can kind of score and create from anywhere. She'll be a huge factor today, coming in and out of that midfield, trying to get on the ball as much as possible, and it's her first touches there.
You see the Central Park Rangers Red Army. They're moving left to right in their beautiful black kits. Washington, D.C. FC in red. They're moving from the right to the left. See Asha James dividing her screen, going center. Washington, D.C. early, making some moves. We saw a lot of really good stuff from this Red Army team in their last match. A lot of really good possession. We saw them start, I don't want to say shaky, but a little different than we're used to. They allowed that first goal to the Lady Bandits, but after that, they really never looked back. 8 unanswered. And in that second half, the only word you can describe that half was untouchable.
Yeah, I mean, we already talked about it last game. Philadelphia just didn't get anywhere near the Rangers. The ball is just flying all over the field. They want to replicate that performance to some degree today. This final, though, they know Washington won't let up as easily.
Bit dangerous there as the attempted clear goes off a DC player. Ends up rolling out a play, but could have been dangerous if it stayed in and the attackers stayed with the ball, but ends up not costing the Rangers anything. You see a lot of these high presses and a lot of movement forward, and it's pretty easy to transition from defense to offense as you see some more Washington DC offense, but the fields are small, it's easy to transition. There's a limited substitution, so it's easy to continually, use all your energy and get subbed out and maybe come back in the match as well. The match being shorter as well helps with energy throughout the whole match. It's just a really good matchup and a lot of really good rules that help with offensive production, as that one shot towards goal just barely over the top left corner.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it all tournament. The short field format is really interesting, especially with the limited amount of time, but unlimited substitutions. You really can keep the energy up for a whole hour of this game, and the pressing on every side of the most successful teams has been huge.
Another shot there, blocked by Rome. That one's tapped in, though. First attempt blocked by Romeo. Second one, they get the cross on the left side and knocked in, as DC here early takes down the Red Army and quickly take a 1-0 lead.
Kind of just talking about it with the Rangers, Washington with really good press, win it back in a really good area, and are able to capitalize on their good positioning. It's a really good pass and finish in the end as Austin James goes for it. Goes too long.
This is kind of what we saw in the match earlier this morning. It was kind of a little bit of a rough start for the Red Army. It was hard for them to kind of get situated in the beginning and kind of find their groove, but once they found their groove against the Lady Bandits, they really never lost it. And I mean, they had some more struggles against this DC team earlier in the tournament, so I think this isn't going to be a situation where they end up scoring 8 goals and only conceding the 1, but I think if the Rangers can find their groove here early, and they're going to have to find it early with how this DC offense has really put pressure on the defense, the Rangers obviously don't have to sweat going down 1-0.
Yeah, you're right. And so far, Washington with a quick start as they get a corner kick here, but as we've said so many times, lots of goals to be scored on these short fields. Two good teams, so maybe not as much as, 8-1 or whatever else you're used to seeing, but one goal, unlikely to cut it.
We saw Washington and the Girl Trotters play earlier this morning. They ended up drawing 2-2, which sent Washington to the final, as that one's bounded in the air right in front of the box. Washington getting some heads on it, goes over the goal and ends up on top of the net rather than inside. So good break there for the Rangers as they don't quite concede 2 back-to-back. They haven't conceded back-to-back this whole tournament. They faced their first deficit last game against the Lady Bandits, allowing the first goal and going down 1-0. Of course, again, like we've said multiple times, ended up scoring 8 unanswered. But they find themselves down again. Gotta throw in their own backfield. It's been a little tough for them to really form anything. This press from Washington's been really effective, keeping the Red Army on their toes. Dina Mullet's trying to make a move there, ends up forcing a throw. Washington gonna get the first touch on the throw. Kind of an awkward handle there, forces them back for a reset. You see the press coming, trying to win the one-on-one. Doesn't quite get there, and then second touch from the Red Army ends up out of play. Down in the air, looks like it's James with the left foot shot just over
Yeah, shots starting to come in now for the Rangers. We've talked about also with these short fields, long range shots aren't really long range, and the Rangers have scored a good amount of them. So if you're given space, why not? Why not take it?
Excuse me, not James with that shot. That was Toddy Austin, the striker, starting this afternoon. Is that one into the hands of the keeper? Some contact there between Silbrassi and the Washington, D.C. striker.
I send it long, but just over the head. The Rangers striker forced to cycle it back around. It's pretty heavy press here from Washington, but Tamar Costa doing a good job to handle it for now.
I think the positioning for the Red Army's been a little bit off from what they're used to. They've been able to have some really good ball movement in their past couple games. It's allowed them to build up more than they did in their first match. Even on the shorter field, they've been able to really play their possession-heavy game that they like to do. Asha James, though, likes to do it all. Sends that one in front of the box. Austin hits it off the right side of, wrong side of her left foot. Trying to take a shot there. Just a little off balance, not quite able to get a good handle on it.
Yeah, just a mishit there on the strike. It seems to me that on the ball, the Rangers have been a little bit more static than I've seen them play. You know, you want to move the ball quickly, you have to move quickly as a team. Yeah.
Some space for Washington to work with. Doesn't quite get enough on that pass. Kind of body blocking James. I think a whistle blown on the play. Looks like maybe a foul and a free kick for the Red Army. Even from this distance, need a wall. Costa shoots right over. It goes for goal. Head to keep it inside. Looks like it'll go out of play.
Try to be safe about that one. It looks like it was going wide or just over, but took a touch, and now come back by Washington. There could be a big counterattack here.
Doesn't quite get a handle on that pass, although it was a bit far outside. Costa preventing that lane forward, so had to make the pass down the middle and just not quite able to corral it. Silbrassi's going to have a goal kick for the Red Army. Tenth minute here. Still 1-0 DC after a real early goal in the 3rd minute. Throw comes in for Washington, skips by. Costa's going to get the first touch. The press, though, for not allowing her to go back for a reset. Has to kind of just push it forward, see if anyone can get there. Looks like James is there. Right side, tries to get it by her defender. She's going to let it skip out of play, take the throw. Got Molich and Austin, goes for Austin down the middle. Multiple players in the area, misses everyone. Langer there as well. Quick on the counter, but Romeo's going to knock it away. Washington's going to let it roll out of play. Looks like it's going to go with the Rangers, though. CPR gets the throw.
The Washington press has just done such a good job of preventing Central Park from getting into this game. They've definitely been on the ball more than Washington, but you can't really say they've looked especially comfortable.
Deep throw comes to the box. Washington heads it over everyone. Looks like James going to get there first. Some contact there, trying to let it roll out of play. It's going to end up out. James takes it real quick. Corner of the box. Washington there kicks it out of play. It's going to be another throw further down the field. Left foot shot, not going to quite get there. It goes a little wide.
Yeah, if she put it a little more towards the center, there was someone in the center trying to head her, but kind of just one of those in-between cross shot kind of kicks and harmless in the end.
Washington trying to build something from the back. Moving forward in that corner. Defense going to kind of swarm around, take the steal. Full sprint down the sideline. Goes towards the middle for, I believe it's Arrington. Some contact there and a big tackle and a kick there. Player's still down. Grabbing her knee, I believe. Play's going to continue as she slowly gets up. Washington deep on this left corner. Cross towards the middle. Takes the gets the tap and just barely misses it in that right corner. Really good possession there and a really good cross for the shot.
Yeah, they've done a really good job of just playing on the counterattack here. And nearly tapped in for another goal.
Goal kick goes all the way through, ends up as a goal kick on the other side. Rangers have always kind of struggled on those crosses in, and that's how they almost scored their Washington. They scored their previous goal on a cross as well, and it's just always been kind of a struggle for this defense, just not quite able to kind of figure those out. Maybe on those set pieces from corners and other kind of crosses as well. Is that one also going to roll all the way through as we're swapping goal kicks back and forth?
You're not wrong about that. The Rangers have had a tendency to struggle on those balls into the middle. As we saw there, almost another goal for Washington.
Langer tried to play it deep for James. Ends up intercepted, but Austin steals it back. Now you see Austin going down the middle, but some contact makes her miss her pass to herself. Wins the one-on-one, it's Romeo. Back to Langer, who clears. Arrington misses the pass. Center trying to get a touch on it. Good touch there, but some good defense as well. Costa goes down. It's going to be a foul. Free kick towards the box, gets the good header. That one nearly finds the corner. On an unexpected play, a free kick from their own third nearly finds the corner.
Yeah, the goalie had to be really careful with that one. It was actually a really good header from that position. Going towards that bottom right corner, but just maybe not enough on it.
Stephanie Arrington keeping the pressure on. Forces that one out of play. It's going to be a bit of a turnover. Rangers going to get a throw about midfield. Back to Romeo, who lets it go through. Not sure why there wasn't a touch there, as that goes out of play off the Red Army. It's going to be a throw for Washington, who going to force a counterattack. Some really big contact there. No foul called. As Romeo went down, James steps in front of that pass, or that shot, excuse me. deflects it, and now the Rangers maybe have a counter here. Austin trying to handle the big bounce. Gonna let it go out.
Good looking counterattack, just able to really control the ball in the crucial moment.
Still 1-0 here, past the halfway point of this first half, 17th minute. One of the lower scoring sections of game that we've seen in this tournament. As the games have gone on, we've seen more and more scoring, capitalized by a 9-goal match just this morning, Lady Bandits and Red Army, but we saw the least amount of goals between these two teams to start their tournament, and it looks like neither of these teams super comfortable on the offensive side. It's been a lot of pressure and defense as that one's attempted to be crossed towards the middle. Washington now on the counter after blocking it. Misses the header.
Go long, but just slow things down a little bit. Rangers could be on the counterattack again, but that ball rolls all the way through. It looks like maybe a throw-in.
Yeah, just barely not a goal kick. Austin trying to keep the pressure up. Just got to be careful not to foul. Looks like there might be one there. There is a free kick for Washington, basically in their right corner. Not sure what the referee was pointing at, if it was Austin or a player on the bench for Washington, but either way, free kick comes in, skips all the way towards goal, grabbed easily by Celebrassi. James fakes the tot, takes the left foot shot off the face of her defender. Good header from Romeo to keep it forward. Fake from the defense, gets the striker jumping. Costa going towards the corner, gonna let it roll out. It's gonna be a goal kick. More substitutions coming. Again, another goal kick, skipping through everyone.
For both teams, the one game that didn't have a lot of goals was when they faced each other earlier. Looks like we're seeing more of the same in that sense.
Yeah, the only half that the Rangers have been held scoreless was the second half between these two teams. It ended 2-1, and all three of the goals scored in that first half. Of course, the long-range shot from midfield by Asha James, and then the long cross as well, I believe, from Erica Shack on the left side, as well as a bit of a mistake from Celebrassi in goal to allow a Washington goal. All that happened in the first half. No goals in the second half. The only time there has not been any goals from at least the Rangers side in a half. But so far, we haven't seen a Rangers goal this first half. Arrington and James keeping the pressure up, forcing passes from Washington. Washington towards the middle, trying to get the touch. Goes down. Going to be a foul, I believe, right there. And Looks like a free kick coming for Washington. Referee talking to multiple players, not 100% sure what about. Now setting up where the Rangers are allowed to put their wall. Looks like they'll put 3 players there. Really good free kick here. Goes right at the wall. James gets her foot in front of it. Now sprinting towards it, trying to go on the counter. Pushed forward by Washington, and not a good touch. Ends up as a goal kick.
Just now 3 minutes remaining in this first half.
23rd minute, nearing the end of this half. Rangers still scoreless. It's a 1-0 lead for Washington. Langer with a poor touch. Pushes it out of play.
Washington a little bit more of the ball, trying to hold on to it for a little bit. It's like that'll go all the way through for a Rangers goal kick.
These presses from really both sides. Washington's had a really effective press. The Red Army have had a good press of their own. It's just been really good at stifling these offenses, just not really able to build up much. You really have to force a mistake, and a pretty big one to allow a goal here. Is Rangers going to get by, try and center that. Goes off a defender. Had a runner in the box, just wasn't quite able to get it to her. Quick on the counter. CPR is quick to surround the ball, but it's still getting pushed into the corner. Should end up as a goal kick. Costa going long. Header pushes it forward. DC goalkeeper coming out. Just about 30 seconds left. James down the middle. DC back with it. Right wing, force back. Down the middle, in front of the box. Good shot opportunity here, takes it. No, the header just misses. Some beautiful ball movement there from Washington DCFC, just not able to get a good angle on the finish.
Yeah, you're right. Great ball movement. Finally kind of getting into this game. You know, funny to say that after they're up 1-0, but a couple of good chances there. Nearly made it to 2 as we go into a break.
That should be the half, as we're just past 25 minutes, and obviously with these 15-minute games, 25-minute halves, that'll be the end of half number 1, as the Rangers are held scoreless just for the second time in a half in this tournament. The second time Washington has done it as well, as they lead the Rangers 1-0 in the Beer City Cup final here in Philadelphia. It's been rough for really both offenses to get into it, but with how the offense has been operating for the Rangers, scoring 8 goals in their last match, I find it hard to believe that we won't see at least one more goal left in this match. And obviously we want to see it from the girls in black. But for Matt Liebov, I have been Derek Boyer for your first half of Central Park Rangers Red Army Soccer. And we'll be right back with half number 2 in just a couple minutes.
Every great player starts somewhere. Not with trophies, not with perfect footwork, but with a ball at their feet and a love for the game. At CPR, we teach more than soccer. We build confidence, friendships, teamwork, and the courage to keep trying. From first kicks to big goals, every player matters. This summer, give them a place to learn, play, and grow all season long. Register for CPR Summer.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back. Central Park Rangers Red Army Soccer. They're taking on Washington DCFC the second time in this tournament, but this one much bigger stakes in the final. They find themselves in a hole here, down 1-0 after half number 1, and just have 25 minutes plus any extra time to, at the very least, score one. It's not really been an issue for them scoring, as they've scored a combined 14 goals over the past 3 games, but been held scoreless in their first half. And DC, although neither side, like DC and the Rangers, neither side has really looked super comfortable offensively. DC came away with a goal early, and they haven't really looked back.
Yeah, I think the Rangers definitely have had a little bit more of the possession, but no real clear-cut chances. Washington, in the periods of time where they've had the ball, have been pretty good with it, but still, I think there's another goal in this game, and the next goal will be huge.
Heading towards kickoff for the second half. Red Army in black moving right to left. DC in red moving left to right. Just 25 minutes here to decide the champion of the Beer City Cup in Philadelphia, and we are underway for half number 2. Of course, the Red Army coming off 3 straight wins, all 3 of their group matches, going a perfect record, allowing just 4 goals on the way, and of course scoring a combined 14. DC lost their first match, of course, to the same team, but won their next 2 against the Lady Bandits and the Girl Trotters, pushing them towards the final. Dina Mullet sprinting right down the middle of the field, loses the handle. It's going to get cleared by DC. Costa down the middle, missed her target. Langer out wide. Romeo tries to get it in to, looks like Arrington, but just misses, and some early signs of life here for this offense. James gets right in front of that goal kick. Molich to James. Corner of the box. Centered for, looks like Joseph. Austin. Arrington. Back to Joseph in the corner. Tries to get it to Arrington, goes out of play.
Yeah, I think Washington maybe has just done a good job of keeping their defense compressed, so when the Rangers get it in the center where they want it and where they want to try and score, there's just been no space, and then on the counterattack here, Washington's been moving so quickly.
Just getting in front of the pass into the box of Washington, although it looks like they might steal it right back here. Dina Mullich losing the handle, although getting it right back, but committing a foul along the way.
On a really good position here, you know, it's kind of an angle. You could go for a goal, you could cross it in. Definitely some options here. Second goal could do wonders for Washington.
Although with that, as we've said many times before here, 2-0 lead. Real dangerous.
Gabby, they're not gonna wait. Make sure you're ready. Stay on your line, Gabby. Strong hands.
Either way, really good free kick opportunity here. Looks like a 2-player wall. Gonna go right over it. Try and go for the top right corner. Just miss.
Yeah, I think that was a really smart play, you know. Probably a little too close to cross it in. Pretty good angle to curl it, but just a little too much on it.
Pressure forces Washington to kick it out of play. Good spot for a throw. Gonna try to find the corner.
Nice ball over the top. Harrington running on two. Needs to play it across.
Harrington trying to cross. Gets it blocked. They're gonna let it roll. Mullich with her 3rd throw in a row. Goes high. Gets a good header. Goalkeeper diving right on it.
Yeah, just a pair of safe hands there, but it was a pretty good header just from that position. Put it on goal, just a little too central. Really good turn there from Dina. Shoots now, just wide.
Some really good moves there for Mullich. We haven't really seen a ton of her in the tournament so far. She's normally a really big contributor on the goal-scoring side, but, I mean, we've seen a lot of Asha James and a lot of other players. Erica Shack, obviously, with the hat-trick last game. We've seen a lot more goal scorers that aren't named Dina Mullich.
Yeah, I think that just goes to show some of the versatility of the Rangers. They have multiple goal scorers. Asha James, of course, has had a great tournament, but Dina has been a huge part of the offensive burden throughout the rest of the season. A key part of any goal to come in this game, and really good move there to get free for the shot, but just not the accuracy she may have wanted.
Langer tried to find Arrington, just a little off target. Leads to a DC goal kick. Line drive. Looks like Mullich gets in front of it. Has a clear lane down the middle. Takes the long range shot again. Just a little off target to the left.
Yeah, it looks like that one she just kind of just hit a little bit. Didn't quite catch it the way she wanted to. But getting into some good spots here, and I don't mind these shots. You know, you need a goal. Giving you space, why not?
Defense lets it roll to play. Ends up as a throw for the Rangers. They're going to secure a second one, basically right at the midfield mark. Header sails up and over. Defense going to push it all the way back for a reset of the keeper. Pushes it way forward, though. Back towards midfield. Now again on the offensive side. Costa's going to get there first, but the pressure comes. Going to try and let it roll all the way out. In that corner, eventually does go out.
You know, really smart there. Just never touched the ball and realized it would be theirs if it went out of play. The pressure too much to really get on the ball, and Rangers able to keep it.
Mullich tries to get the clear, ends up off her defender. It's going to get knocked out of play. It's going to be Costa's ball. Gets it to James, who just knocks it up in the air with the right foot, ends up out of play. Substitution for DC. Tries to get it straight into the box. Cleared. Arrington pushing it back. Langer going to try and get to it. Looks like kicked it off her mark. Knocked out of play again by DC. Arrington going to take the throw. I mean, Arrington hands it off. Asha James in the box, trying to make the turn. Trying to get the cross off. Keeps it in play. DC's defense really clamping down, basically triple teaming Asha James on that right side.
Yeah, not much Asha James could have done from there. A pretty good position. Try to make room for the shot, but just too many defenders in the way.
Just entered the 34th minute. Deep in that corner, really fighting for it. Looks like it goes out of play off of CPR. It's going to be a throw-in for Washington. Bounded up. Again on a play. It's really been hugging the sideline for the solid minute and a half. It's been constant throws back and forth between these sides. Couple substitutions coming in. Sent towards goal. Goalkeeper gets a hand on it. The defense knocks it up in the air. Looks like it's out of play.
A great play by the defense, just really cleared off the line. It looks like may even been kind of an overhead kick just to save it. Keep the Rangers in this one.
An excellent play there. That saved a goal.
Can we be first?
Erica Shack at the front post, just subbed in, goes back post, misses best about everyone, gets the shot off the rebound, just out of play.
Come on, Black, here we go, let's go.
More substitution in this time. DC's turn. Gonna go deep with the kick on a line. DC gets the first touch, sends it out. Playing her to James. James towards the box. Looks like her intended target fell down in the box. Looks like DC was probably going to get to it first anyway, but... Costa at midfield, hands it to James. Getting it to Shaq in the corner. Tries to get the cross off. James with the head. Some really competitive play here. I mean, this is about as competitive and even we've seen for many of these matches so far today. It's still 1-0 Washington, D.C. FC over Central Park Rangers Red Army. Looks like a foul on the play. Free kick coming for Washington. The Rangers, not too much time left to score. They need at least an equalizer. It's the 38th minute. Washington with a beautiful free kick there. Got in the box. Nearly got a foot on it to try and tap that in. And ends up out of play behind the goal. Goal kick for Celebrassi.
Yeah, I just couldn't control it on that free kick. It was a really good ball, but just couldn't keep it. You're right, the Rangers need to act quickly.
James goes up and over for Mulich, trying to get a shot off in between about 5 different defenders. Ends up cleared. These CPR attackers really doing everything they can just to score. It's been difficult to really get any chances. Mulch with a turn, gets tripped up there and then tripped over. Foul free kick just past midfield. And like we've said so many times, really anywhere on this field at or past midfield is a shot opportunity. Costa sends it over. Not competitive.
I've seen her score a couple goals from pretty far out. That one, I'm sure she'll want back.
DC moves it quick down the field. Tries to send it in, but ends up blocked. Langer to Costa. Finds James. Center of the field, DC back with it. Langer now. Joseph to Mulich. Back to James. Joseph. Langer now right sideline. Good ball in. DC's going to get to it first. They're just going to send it out.
There's really good ball movement there. That's that final ball just a little bit too far for Caroline to get on the end of, but good movement.
It's going to be ruled
play, looks like.
DC ball. Foul on the play, free kick coming. Gets the head to it first. I believe it was James. Maybe a hit in the face there for Mulich. She grabs her face for just a second, but recovers quick. .42nd minute. Shot attempt there, sails way up and over. I mean, if you're DC, you've really been stifled on the offensive side, really this whole half. If you can find any opportunity there, however small it is, to get a second goal and really put this one away, you might as well take it. You can take those risks offensively, but on the defensive side, you can't take any risks. Erica Shack trying to find an opportunity there. DC wanting a foul. Looks like they're going to get it.
Central Park not happy about that one, but maybe just a little physical, a little coming together in a 50-50. Washington goes long and has some space here.
Kind of misses the touch there. Shaq with a small clear ends up right back to Costa. Maybe trying the right sideline now. James making her defender look silly. It's just been a struggle on this offensive side. The Rangers just not really with the momentum they had in the previous couple games. That one sent in, nearly got the header and the foot on there. 2 attempts from Washington to get a touch on, just not able to get there.
Yeah, 2 nearly moments for Washington in that one play. Header just couldn't get high enough, and then the foot just mistimed it. It's a really, really good ball in from that side, but once again, the Rangers get away with it. Looking a little bit better, Washington. Get some space down this right wing, and it's like the Rangers will deal with that.
Romeo doing a good job there.
Come on, Black. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, Black.
Limited time to get something moving.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Slide higher. So hard to get themselves in this position. All they need is one goal to find themselves back in this.
The Rangers, the team that have outscored their opponents 14-4. Won their 3 matches in the group stage. Advanced to this final match before even playing their 3rd match. They find themselves down a goal without one of their own in the second half. Only about 5 minutes left. Erica Shack nearly gets a shot attempt off, but blocked on the defensive side.
But I want to say there's probably 5 left.
– 45 minutes through. Langer to Costa. Austin loses the handle. Gets it right back. Costa goes for the reset. Trying to take space wherever they can. Langer's been a real central cog here in this match. Maybe some space there. Romeo trying to get to it. Washington DC player on the ground, still fighting for it. As a Ranger player goes down, no contact on it. Bit of a limp there in the corner. Play's going to continue. Costa in the middle, trying to hand it off. Down the sideline, looks like it's off DC. Rangers throw. Lots of subs there. Looks like Garcia off for Guadalupe. Gets her touch immediately. Langer swarmed quickly, gets it off. Costa left side. Sends it in. Defense gets there quick. Knocks it out. Another ball just too high. Rangers about 2.5 minutes left. Just one piece could really unlock this offense. Just have not quite been able to find it. Have a ton of space in front of her. Costa moving down quickly, swarms out on DC.
Really running out of time here. Some substitutions coming in and out. Offensive substitutions trying to get that goal. Asha James just keeps that for the Rangers.
Strong throw in the middle, bounded in the air. A header towards goal. Goalkeeper grabs it easily. Good touch for Washington. Find themselves in the corner. Rolls out. Looks like it's going to be ruled for the Rangers. Now it looks like it's a Washington throw. Comes with it close. Washington gonna recover. Takes the shot from range. Off the hands of Celebrassi. Ends up behind the goal. It's gonna be a corner. Not a great stop there if you're the Rangers, because you really need the possession back immediately. Just about 30 seconds left in full time, the 50 minutes. That one's going to sail way over, end up out of play. The Rangers have to move exceedingly fast here. Again in a play, going to stay with the Rangers. Just moving down the field as quickly as they can, trying to get in between the defenders. Looks like it's out of play again off DC. Quick with the throw. James in the corner. Arrington trying to get...
send something in here. Washington just doing a good job keeping players in front of the ball.
And that's going to do it. The Central Park Rangers Red Army, outscoring their opponents in their first 3 games 14-4, are not able to capitalize on their opportunities here this afternoon and cannot come away with the goal. As a early goal in just about the 3rd minute from DC is all they need, and they come away with the 1-0 victory in the Philadelphia Beer City Cup final and come away with a win.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to respect how hard Washington worked today, constantly running, and just a great defensive performance from them.
Just a really disappointing end of the tournament for the Rangers. They win their first 3 group matches, looked dominant in basically every minute they played, only were losing in a couple minutes in their final group match. Allow a goal early, but you imagine that the offense can come through with something, and it just never really clicked. Just looked like one piece could have unlocked it all, just never really found that puzzle piece that could have unlocked it and gave them the whole picture. And the Rangers, in disappointing fashion, lose the final of the Beer City Cup and go back to New York with 3 wins under their belt. Just the one win that meant most, not able to come into their grasps. But for Matt Liebov, I have been Derek Boyer. Again, your final score: Central Park Rangers Red Army 0 and the Washington DC FC 1. Congratulations to them for their $5,000 in prize money and of course, their win in the Beer City Cup final. Beer City Cup champions, women's division. Congratulations to them once again, Washington DC FC, your champion. And again, for Matt Liebov, I have been Derek Boyer saying so long, have a good rest of your evening, and go Rangers.